This meeting to order. This closing session is about ready to begin. Aubrey Monroe, please come up here and say invocation.
Thank you. If y'all bow your heads. Lord, we thank you for this opportunity to come together as an organization. I pray for unity, for the vision, and just consensus, and we just pray that you would be all over this, and that this would be a fruitful time, and that we would see blessing and favor over USA Softball, Lord. In your name we pray. Amen.
Ray Gutierrez will say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ray. Miss Sue Holmbrook? Did I say that right? That's okay. I mispronounced everybody's name, so.
Hi. Wow, okay. Woo, I'm really loud. So first of all, I'm Sue Hollenbeck, and I am in the city manager's office, and I work with Craig and Cheryl and everyone at USA Softball. And I cannot tell you how excited I am that you guys come back every single year to Oklahoma City and your love of Oklahoma City and our venue. You are so important to who we are and what we do as a city. And the thing is when you have a venue and you have partners like you all, you realize how lucky you are. And we in the city of Oklahoma City and in the city manager's office, for the city manager himself and for the mayor, know that. We know how lucky we are to have you as a part of our community and how you represent Oklahoma City every single day in your own communities. And that is something that we don't take for granted. And it's because of you and your dedication to the game, I think, that we are in the Olympics in 28 that we're going to host here, and how much exposure that brings to this amazing sport and what it does for the men and women who play. So really, this is just a big thank you to you and your participation in what you do every single year and coming back year after year and just promoting the sport of softball. So thank you for everything that you do. I want you to know how much the city appreciates you, and we appreciate everything that you do. So thank you very much, and we hope to see you again next year.
Thank you, Sue. We appreciate your kind words, and we appreciate everything that the city has done for USA Softball over the years. I think I talked a lot about that, the importance of our partnership the other day. So thank you, Sue. Please pass along our thanks to the city manager and the mayor. Just kind of an order of events today. Obviously, we've had a welcome to Oklahoma City by Sue. President-elect voting will be next. The tournament voting will be handled by John McPhail. Awarding of tournaments, I'll talk a little bit about that if there's anybody that has any bids that they want to do. Committee reports, if you're a committee chair, please be prepared to come up and give your reports when we get to that point. And then plain rule proposals, procedure for territory meetings. I'll walk around after I'm done here to find out who needs to have territory meetings. And then we'll break into those. Procedural code proposals, incoming president remarks from Dan, my closing remarks, Dave's closing remarks, and then Dave will adjourn us. So Joe Patterson always wants me to make sure that people understand, don't leave when I'm done talking, okay? The president adjourns us, all right? On the president-elect voting, each candidate, there's 3 candidates, will be given 5 minutes or less. I emphasize that when I talk to them. today, 5 minutes or less, to address this group. And we selected an order. It will be a different order than what you see there. If I remember correctly, Darren Dustemars will be 1, Christina Drum will be 2, and Tim Doby will be 3. And they will have that opportunity to address this group. And then at the end, when the last one is completed, we'll test the voting machines, and then we'll have our vote for our president-elect that starts about 6 o'clock today, I guess is the best way to put it, when Dan becomes the incoming president. One of the things that I try to cover is the fact that with 3 candidates, you know, normally in your tournament voting, when we have a vote, we'll have the 3, and if an individual does not receive 50% plus 1, then we would drop the one with the lowest vote total. You know, one of those scenarios that we always try to cover, you know, as being prepared, is if we happen to have the vote and 2 individuals, we have an individual who has a number, but it's not 50% plus 1, and then the other 2 individuals happen to tie. Okay, we're not going to drop both of those individuals. What we'll do is we'll take those 2 individuals that tied, and they will have another vote, and the person with the highest total between those 2 then would run against the person from the first round who got the most votes. Okay, it's not happened, and I hope as long as I continue to talk about it, it doesn't happen, but I figure I'd pick a year and not talk about it, and then you'd be asking me all kinds of questions, okay? So that's up there. It's one of those things that we wanted to make sure that we presented before we started this process. So, any questions? Good answer. All right, we'll get started with the individuals coming up and talking to us. The first one is Darren Dustemars. Darren? There you go. Thank you.
All right. Tim Doby, thank you for your willingness to jump right in and be a part of USA softball leadership. I truly admire you for that. Christina Drum, you are my friend, and I am so honored to have been a very small part of your very deserving Hall of Fame honor. Midland, Michigan, Dow Diamond, Team USA versus 22 Below, my slow pitch softball team. 22 Below is up by 1. Bottom of the 7th inning, runner on second base. First base is open. We've got 2 outs. I go to my pitcher. What do you want to do? Because Wegman's coming up. He goes, I'm pitching to him. You sure? You bet. Why is that? Darren, it's going to be a great story to tell. If I get him out, we just beat the very best slow pitch softball team in the world. And if he hits it out, we got beat by the very best team in the world, by one of the best players in the world. And either way, we beat Team Canada. So it's a win. What a great story to tell. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to help create and facilitate those types of stories for our customers and continue to promote and implement our brand of softball. And I think I can do that as your president-elect with your help. You've heard me talk all week about what this association needs to do. Communicate better and more effectively. That means all of us. Active and engaged committees to help formulate the best ideas possible and facilitate the implementation of them. Informed, empowered commissioners to help us lead this association down the appropriate path, and in turn, they empower and inform their own people to help us get us there. If these 3 parameters can come together like I think they can, we will have ideas and dreams that feature the best of us, and we'll have done so as a team, a USA team. And this team features some of the absolute best people I've ever met. But even better, we can look our competition right in the eye, USSSA, NSA, PGF, whatever alphabet association is out there, and simply say to them, just a reminder, USA Softball is the governing body for the sport of softball, and don't you forget it. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to be the president-elect of USA Softball. I want to be your president-elect for USA Softball. If I'm given the honor to do so, I will work hard to achieve those parameters and hopefully many more. I will celebrate with you with the accomplishments that get taken care of, knowing that it's a team effort. I thank you for your consideration, I thank you for your time, and I thank you for all your efforts. God bless.
Thank you, Darren. Christina Drum.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. This organization is the entity that has helped me shape and mold me into who I am today. USA Softball has provided me with so much over the years, and today it's my honor to be before you to discuss why I believe I am the best president-elect candidate to take us into the future. As your candidate, I understand the responsibility and privilege of this position. Over the last 30 years, I've had the honor of contributing to USA Softball in multiple roles: Commissioner as USA Softball Southern California, Region 10 VP, board member, part of the national deputy staff, Region UIC umpire, and on participating with different committees. These experiences have allowed me to collaborate with many of you to solve problems and support USA Softball programs. In addition to my extensive USA Softball experience, I have worked with the World Baseball Softball Confederation, WBSC leadership, and know the current landscape of USA Softball within a local, national, and international level. I think that's very important as we get ready to prepare for the Olympics in 2028. USA's foundation, our grassroots level, our local associations with leaders that strive for success, yet continue to face multiple challenges. It's extremely important that we work together to achieve our common goal of getting our players and members to play the sport we love, softball. As president-elect, a few of my strategies: communication. We keep on talking about it. It's the key to some of our success. I plan to ensure you to use multiple communication platforms to provide increased communication. We all lead busy lives, yet it is important to find out the most effective modes of communication for us. We need to create additional pathways to share ideas and get feedback. I know that listening to each other is extremely important also. Collaboration. We're a volunteer organization. We're nothing if we don't find increased opportunities to work together. I will increase and promote engagement between local associations, the national office, and within us. It's important that we ensure we work together consistently, more frequently throughout the year. And of course, collaboration opens pathways for problem solving, sharing of best practices. And together we can explore those opportunities to decrease our barriers and of course, increase participation at all levels. Support. We're all working for the same common goal, and we need to remember that. We're not competing against one another. I will be dedicated to building strong relationships and trust between our local association and national office. There are a lot of incredible people doing incredible work. Yet if we're not connected, we are missing out on opportunities to drive positive outcomes. And while I know we talk about transparency, Our work is only as important as the attention we give it. It is imperative that we provide open and timely information. Transparency fosters trust and gives important feedback on strategies, provides clarity on the direction of USA Softball, which is crucial to our growth and progress. I've enjoyed speaking and listening with each of you the past few days. It's time for us to make a very important decision for USA Softball. This decision is one that I know you all take seriously, as do I. There are 3 qualified candidates vying for this position. It is an important decision at a pivotal time. My hope, because this organization deserves it, our members deserve it, and all of you deserve it. I hope you vote for the most qualified candidate, the one with the most experience across the board, the person that can make the greatest impact to continue moving the organization forward. And I do believe I'm that candidate. I am proud to be part of USA Softball and know that my experience and knowledge can help bring USA Softball to the next level of engagement and success. I would be honored to serve as your next president-elect. I respectfully request your vote, and I appreciate all of your time and consideration. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Christina. At this time, Tim Doby.
Well, today's the day, guys. You don't have to listen to us much longer. I wish, no matter who wins this election, I do believe, as they both have said, that we have some good candidates here, so I hope our future is in good hands. First of all, I want to thank the National Office for all that they do to get this UIC and council meeting together. I'm here 3 or 4 times a year for different events, usually a week, at least a week long, and I get to see these people and the things that they do for us. I know you guys don't see it, but they are there for us, and it is much appreciated. Also, thank you to everybody here today. Your presence here shows your commitment to USA Softball. Do you ever feel like no one is ever listening to you? Well, now is the time for your voice to be heard. We need strong and committed leadership that represents the needs of every USA Softball local association and every single member of those associations. We need youthfulness, passion, and excitement. We've got to work together, we've got to adapt, and we've got to build partnerships that open new doors and create new opportunities for growth. Because here's the truth. USA Softball and all 62 of our local associations are stronger when we stand united. We've got to work side by side to reclaim our market share and welcome more players, coaches, and families into our USA Softball family. Softball in America is on fire. Participation is up, tournaments are packed, and fans are tuning in like never before. Just look at the record-breaking crowds and the national attention that we get every year from the College World Series at Devon Park. That's the kind of momentum we need to capture and grow. But to do that, we need leadership that listens, leadership that brings people together, leadership that says we can do better and we will do better. As your president, that is exactly what I plan to do. I will make sure that every local association has a voice at the table because you are the foundation of USA Softball. I will push for innovation, simplifying registration, promoting our athletes, teams, and coaches. We have the history, we have the passion, and we have the people. What we need now is the energy, the collaboration, and the leadership to take us into the future. This is our moment. This is our time to unite, to innovate, and lead the sport that we love. Let's grow this game together. Let's make sure every player, every coach, and every community knows that when you play with USA Softball, you're part of something bigger. You're a part of something special. Running for this office was never about me. It was about us. The time for change is now. The time for your voice to be heard is now. Let's get to work together, and let's get that gold in 2028. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim. Before we move into the next section here of voting, I think we should congratulate and thank those three individuals for running for this very important position. So on behalf of USA Softball, thank you to Darren, Christina, and Tim. So thank you. Let's see, I think I'm going to have a slide. Do you guys have a slide for me here on the tournament, on the voting machines? There we go. Some instructions on how to use the machines. Obviously, press the power button on. This is taking me back to my computer days. Is your PC turned on? Lower right-hand corner of the device. When your device says vote now, enter the number that corresponds with your choice. After voting, your device will display a counted message. If you make a mistake, you can simply enter a new number. The system will only take your last entry. If you see invalid, incorrect number sent, if you see the X, number means that you pressed the number prior to the polling being open. So hopefully that is, we're going to do a test question here. The only thing I don't see is all of the above as an answer. But favorite Halloween candy, number 1 is Reese's, number 2 is M&M's, number 3 is Kit Kats, 4 is Snickers, 5 is Sour Patch Kids, 6 is Hershey's, and 7 is other. Is everyone ready to give this a test vote? Please vote now. I think everybody sees, you can see the votes coming in, you can see the countdown of the clock. Is it the send button? Okay. After you pick a number, hit the send button. Showing 4 seconds left. Looks like the voters here was 150 total is the last number I saw on the screen. And there you can see that we had a winner there of Reese's. At least 34% was Reese's. No clear winner because we need 50% plus 1. So, but you do see that there was votes cast of 150. Is there a need to do another test question? Sorry? Some of you didn't hit send. So let's do another test question. I want to make sure. Do you have another one, folks? You got the same one? Devin, do you have another question? Okay, same question. Please vote now. Once you pick your number, hit send. Yes, sir. Okay, 154 votes. Got a little closer. 154 votes cast. I've been told there's 156 devices out there. So, any questions from people? Do you feel like your vote went through? All right. Are we ready to answer the vote for the president-elect? Okay. Here we are. We have 3 names. They spoke, but alphabetical order: Tim Doby, Christina Drum, Darren Dustemyers. Can we start the timer, please? Please vote now. Can we please back it up or get to the next one? I'm a lot confused. Okay, there we go. That's the first screen we saw. Based on these results right here, we do not have a winner as yet. At this point in time, we will drop. Okay. Waiting on some confirmation from the back corner. Okay. All right. So the results here of 39.7 for Tim Doby, 38.1 for Christina Drum, 22.2 for Darren Dustemyers. Still do not have a winner with 50% plus 1. So at this time, please remove Darren Dustemyers to show 2 candidates left. 2 candidates left on the screen. Can you blow that screen up a little bit to make sure everybody can see the names and the numbers? We did that a little bit ago. But number 1 is Tim Doby. Number 2 on the keypad is Christina Drum. Please vote now. Are these the final results? Thank you. Based on this, the president-elect for the next 2 years will be Tim Dobie, with 59.1%. Tim, at this time, would you like to come up and say a few words? While Tim's making his way to the podium, after John McPhail and the tournament voting, we'll have the committee reports. It'll be boys, men's fast pitch with Warren Jones, marketing with Rebecca Pexton, communications will be given by Darren, and then equipment testing and certification, plus the audit report from Dick Goldman, affiliated allied members Billy Powers, Athlete Advisory Council, Aubrey Monroe, Commissioner Dan Pfeffer, Governance Review, Donna Dante, Junior Olympics, Christy Allen, Modified Pitch, Tony Gow, Properties, Christina Drum, Slow Pitch, Darren Dustermeyers, and then we'll go from there. But your president-elect for the next 2 years, Mr. Tim Dobie.
Oh, I don't really know what to say. Thank you to so many people. A few months ago, several people called me and asked me what I consider putting my name in. And I really didn't know at the time, you know, but they saw something in me that I hope that I can get out more to everybody. I'm going to be the biggest cheerleader for this organization. I'm going to bust my ass for you guys. I want to be the best advocate I can. But it's nothing prouder than to be a part of this organization. So I wasn't prepared for this. So thank you all. I appreciate your support. And anything I can do, I guess I'll be trying to work some with Dan, but just so many people, and I won't name them because that's not the cool thing to do, but so many people believe in me, so I believe in you, so let's believe in each other together. All right, thank you.
At this time, we'll move on to tournament voting. Mr. McPhail.
Thank you very much. Sorry I have to lean down because there's not a microphone, so I'll be looking down a little bit. On behalf of the Tournament Programs, Awards, and Review Working Committee, we have the locations for our national championships for 2027. First, Girls A Fast Pitch, the One True National. Salem, Oregon will be hosting 14U. Salem, Virginia will be hosting 10U, 12U, 16U, and 18U. Those were awarded by a committee of 9. For the Eastern Territory, Class A Eastern Fast Pitch 12, 14, 16, 18, that was awarded to Loudoun County, Virginia. The Class B just below, 10s through 18s, was also awarded to Loudoun County, Virginia. The men's slow pitch D territory was awarded to Richmond, Virginia, and the E Eastern Territory was also awarded to Richmond, Virginia. Moving on to the Southern Territory, the girls A 12, 14, 16, and 18 Southern was awarded to Orlando, Florida. The girls B 10 through 18 was awarded to Sarasota, Florida. Going to the Northern Territory men's slow pitch, both the D and E, they will be held in Rochester, Minnesota and Decatur, Illinois. So there'll be 2 events, a D and an E in each of those locations for 2027. Moving over to the next page, the girls A 12 through 18 Westerns, sole bidder Salem, Oregon. Moving down to the women's slow pitch, please cross out the women's C that is awarded by CEO Kress. That is not a biddable event. The women's D and E slow pitch, sole bidder is Richmond, Virginia. Moving down to the men's C slow pitch at the bottom. Again, that is awarded by CEO Kress, so that's an invalid bid. The last two, the men's seniors in all age groups and the plus major. The major, AAA and AA, all of those are going to Burlington, North Carolina. I'd like to thank all of the cities that put in bids, and hopefully in the future we'll have a lot more. Thank you.
On tournaments that's awarded by us at the office, the CEO bids, the one thing I can tell you for sure is that the men's Class C slow pitch next year will be held by Dan Pfeffer in Minnesota. We'll get the site and everything, but the men's C slow pitch will be in Minnesota, and it will be Labor Day weekend. So that much information we know right now. We'll get the site as soon as we can. We're working on getting the Super and the AA and the Women's Open to move them off-site, because we had some group that reached out and just need to work with the commissioner of that association to make sure that we're okay. We will send out a list of all the unbid tournaments once we get through and see what's bid, what's left to be bid on for, even for 2026 as well as 2027. So we'll get that out sometime in the next 30 days, hopefully, or less, so that you'll have that. We'll send it out via email so everyone can see it. Once we send it out and people have had a chance to look at it, if we don't get people calling us, we will call you, because we'll look at it and see where we think that the best place may be for these tournaments. So appreciate your work on that, John, on getting that done. And the next thing that we'll do is I'll turn it over to Mr. Devine, and he will call up for the committee reports. President Devine.
All right. Christina Drum, thank you so much for running. Darren Dustmeyer, thank you so much for running. And congratulations, Tim. I know how you feel, Tim. I've just been there, so seemed like yesterday, but I know you're happy as hell. The committee reports: boys and men's fast pitch, boys and men's fast pitch. Warren Jones, Mr. Warren Jones.
I can hear. I may not be able to walk, but I can hear. Yeah, going up. The boys and men's fast pitch committee met yesterday, and it was I believe we're finally trying to get somewhere that we're trying to put some teeth in this things that we're doing with our boys program, especially. We've got a couple of areas in the country that are talking about running boys tournaments for us. They're in Oregon, in the Washington area, and we had already been running one in Stevens, Pennsylvania, and so those tournaments are going on in Stevens, Pennsylvania. They live stream all their tournament games, and so I've asked the commissioner to please get that information out to us, send it to the national office so that we can get that information out. So we tried that way. We've been talking in the last 6-7 months about our HPP program, which is very, very successful for our junior women's program. We've been getting some great athletes out of there, and so I had asked CEO Mr. Kress and Mr. Chris Sebring, our director of our national teams. I asked him if we could include the junior men in that program, and we're going to try that. And the first one is going to be February the 1st in Ashland, Ohio. We're going to try to see if we can't find some athletes that we could bring along and probably get them into take some visuals and see if they're good enough to play for our junior men's national team. We're just trying to get this program started. And like I've said in the past, I was telling people, every year I get probably 20 to 30 phone calls that from college coaches that are looking for men that can pitch fast pitch because they want to take them as managers and throw batting practice for our collegiate teams. So and that's one of the ways that I'm going to try to sell it. Not only do we want you to play men's fast pitch softball, but if you do, you may be able to get a chance to get a partial scholarship as far as a manager. So, and another last but not least, all of our tournaments on the for our men's major, those tournaments we have a sponsor. We have went out and obtained a sponsor, and those games are live streamed. So would you see that come across your Facebook page or something like that? If you could spread that out, that's the only way that we're probably going to try to reconstruct the men's fast pitch program for help from all of you people. So if you could help us out with that, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Next up, the Marketing Committee, Ms. Rebecca Paxton.
Good afternoon. We met yesterday afternoon to discuss marketing options with our committee. In the past, what we have discussed has been the process working with the national office on any of the marketing material that they have put out. Yesterday, what we discussed was what you can put out as an individual association, how to prepare it, using Canva, which the national office does use as well, and then signing up as an individual account, possibly having a team account that they can piggyback on the back, and national office then can send you a link to something that they might have created. It also went into using ChatGPT as your, I guess the kick to help you figure out the language you're going to use in your marketing. If you want to go into ChatGPT and have a discussion with it and say, I need 5 ads for women's softball, and you ask if you want a friendly tone, semi-professional, they will give you 5 paragraphs, and then you can tie that up with a picture with it. It was understanding that that is a process, again, that we can use at our local level whenever we're just needing something new for Facebook, our website, even preparing our website with it. Also going into some other possible AI functions that you can use. There is different options out there for making video and then putting the words with the video so that we can go ahead and use that as our own local advertising with it. So I guess the method was just to see what we could do to make everything easier for you guys at your local level so we were not always so dependent on the national office to present content to us to reuse. So that is what we discussed. Those were our options. I really encourage you to look into the ChatGPT and the Canva. Take something that used to take 3 hours and you'll have it done in 15 minutes. And that way you can make your Facebook ads and stuff like that to keep you going. That was our discussion. I'm short and sweet. Okay.
The Communications Committee, Stu Alderman's the chairman, but Darren Dustmeyer's going to do the report.
As Mr. Devine mentioned, Stu Alderman is the chair of this committee, but needed to return back to Metro Detroit for some family commitments. Happy to present the report on his behalf. As always, this is a committee that does try to meet on a regular basis year-round. Stu is as organized as anybody I've ever met in my life. And we had a very, very good discussion on a variety of topics, including some national office staff updates. Really want to highlight Jordy, Todd, and Bailey for doing a great job highlighting the resources and the requests that they have to help us be better. It was very, very well done. They did a great job getting us those resources and information. There's a State Recreation Association survey that went out. We talked about some of the limited results that we got with that. We did talk quite a bit about the local association website reviews. This was a little bit tough to do this year with a lot of associations moving to a different platform, specifically Register Play. So a lot of the scores probably weren't as good maybe as they could have been, simply because some of the platforms were in process. So scores may not have been as high, but there were several that were pretty good as well. We will definitely be doing this again next year and hopefully getting a little bit better understanding of what might be needed. But when it comes to that type of thing, again, we like to consider ourselves a resource as far as this committee goes, whether it's the national office staff or members of this committee. Please feel free to connect with us. Finally, what we did decide to do is we want to bring back some of the award opportunities that we feel are out there when it comes to websites, social media campaigns, marketing campaigns, so forth. We are in the process of putting that stuff together, and our state association in Michigan, we have awards for those kinds of things. Yeah, it might be a competitive type thing, but quite frankly, as Stu always says, we like to utilize what we call the CASE method, C-A-S-E, copy and steal everything. So the hope is we're going to try and get some award opportunities out there so we can see what folks are up to and maybe, just maybe, continue to help make this association better. Thank you.
Equipment testing and certification and audit, Mr. Dick Goldman.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have two reports today. The first one I'll deliver is the USA Softball Audit Committee. The Audit Committee is comprised of myself, Dan Pfeffer, and Nick Mullins. Others attending this audit meeting were Craig Kress and Cheryl Bond, as well as Michael Lunn and Wanda Knight with Grant Thornton. Michael Lunn reviewed the consolidated financial report and audit from 2024, and that report was provided to the Board of Directors. The base of the audit tracked on budget and incremental billing related to the review of naming rights agreement and also providing industry insights and accounting and including developments as well in risk areas. The audit presentation outlined an overview of significant risk based on risk assessments. Risk areas of management override of controls, no findings. Risk area of completeness of deferred income and other program support of revenue transactions were reviewed. Proof of cash testing and details of registrations and assessments, sponsorships, royalty revenue, and complex operations. Umpire transactions and merchandise sales, also no findings. Whole ledger analytics on all journal entries were performed that may appear to have a higher risk of management override of controls based on a cumulative risk score. No concerns of fraud or management overrides. Quality of accounting and county policies and disclosures, no concerns as policies are clearly defined with no management bias. Audit reviewed naming rights agreements, stadium arrangement analysis, as well as sponsorship agreements and lease agreements, no findings. Michael Lunn and Wanda Knight summarized the results of the 2024 audit, including required communications under audit guidelines. They noted no significant findings, deficiencies, and issued a clean opinion. They commended Craig, Cheryl, and staff on their cooperation and timeliness of accommodating them through their entire audit. Next is the annual equipment review. I'd first like to thank the Equipment Committee for all their work this past year, and especially Kevin Ryan, who does a tremendous amount of work for this committee throughout the year. The summary of the 2025 work of the Equipment Testing and Certification Committee and WSU Sports Science Lab have covered several different areas of the game related to equipment. We continue to work with manufacturers in advance to make sure new designs and products meet our basic agreements of Rule 3, Section 1A. This past year, we formed a subcommittee of the Equipment Testing and Certification Committee to meet with the manufacturers subcommittee throughout the year. By Zoom, we collaborated to resolve issues that we may have in the equipment world today. In preparation for the new USA Softball License Agreement in 2026, the subcommittee met with manufacturers for their input and possible changes to the certification testing requirements. We have found this open line of communication with our manufacturing partners has been extremely valuable. The Equipment Committee continued compliance testing on bats and balls and completed a lab-to-lab comparison on ball testing. Round-robin core and compression compliance factors were done. Several dozen slow pitch and fast pitch balls were tested as part of this study. It appears there was no clear bias in one direction, and the difference in variance within the labs were within accepted results by ASTM. Dr. Smith and WSU Sports Science Lab has been working to implement a new database to improve certification submissions for manufacturers and certification approvals by USA Softball. This project was completed in December of '24 and replaced an existing outdated system that was used to submit test requests, report results to manufacturers, and verify test results. Both systems required significant laboratory work in an effort to develop those resources. The new system provides enhanced capabilities and automated test results and verifications. After a few years of work, and on the advice of our legal department, USA Softball has added a second independent lab to our license agreements for certifying equipment in our game. NTS Technical System has been added as an approved lab for testing equipment. At the request of the marketplace and our manufacturing partners, we've been studying the viability of allowing USSSA bats, commonly known as the 240 bats, in our slow pitch game. It is the Equipment Committee's opinion that this process must move forward and do a comprehensive lab study in 2026. This study will be completed hopefully in July or August, and we will determine the viability of adding these bats to our game at the playing level that we enjoy today. We continue to work with the lab, manufacturers, and our legal department to adjust our test methods and make sure we have bats in the field that meet our bat standard from the beginning to the end of life of these models. Our 2026 projects include, again, the comprehensive lab study on bats, compliance testing of bats and balls, and continued equipment subcommittee work with our manufacturers. We appreciate the good work of Dr. Smith, his WSU Sports Lab, the committee, and Kevin Ryan, and we continue to base our decisions regarding bat and ball combinations and other related equipment on the scientific data that we collect in an effort to uphold the integrity of the game. Thank you.
Allied, affiliated and allied members, or committee, excuse me. Billy Powers.
All right, well, I was told I had 2 to 5 minutes by John Miller Math, the school that I went to. That's like 15, so, Johnny. Anyways, we met yesterday in the early afternoon. Our board member, Sandy, gave us a report. We then did the nomination first. We had to have an allied affiliate board member nomination for our representative. Only affiliate members are allowed to be that person due to USOCP. And we had 5 category people that are eligible. Only 2 were in the building, 1 denied. And Sandy was re-voted unanimously to be our board member for the next 2 years. We had no new applications for allied affiliates this year. After the last couple years, we've had 2 to 3 each year. We then went into a discussion that Allison asked us to have of why we're losing members. About 10 years ago, John Miller and I put in some code limiting the numbers because we were growing so fast. It would have been 70 between the 2. We're not really, that's not a hard deadline. We're down to 30 between the 2 now. So we asked the question, why are we losing members? Is it that the benefits aren't good enough now that we don't vote? Is it that we're not promoting it right? We are not promoting it right. This group here, you all are eligible to have affiliate members. We lost a bunch because of the cost. The board last year was very gracious, decided we're not having that anymore, dropped our cost to $350. I told the crew $250. I was dreaming that they were going to go down that much. It's $350 for our members to belong. We really need to reach out, you guys. We have a lot of people in this room that don't realize they're eligible. We had a member yesterday that just became a member last year, informed us their association has been coming to this event for 20 years and just learned last year they were eligible. They passed easily what the requirements were. They should have been on this council for the last 20 years. We're going to work with Caden. Amanda helped us a lot. We have our own logo now, affiliate and allied, that each of these associations can use of the USA Softball. We're asking our members in the allied affiliate to reach out to their friends that are organizations that should be here, and we're asking you to do the same. It was a pretty good discussion. Yes, I talked 50% of the time. I got the mic. The last thing I'd like to do is thank Sandy Searcy and Mark Nelson. I've been the vice chair with Mark since he was the chair. He's been the chair for quite a few years. The last couple of years, us moving to October, I don't know, he likes to referee and umpire the state football championships. He's pretty high in his state, and so he's had that and family commitments. But this year he decided that, hey, this might be my last one, and I want to thank him for being part of our association and taking care of the allied affiliates and in the leadership role for the last 25 years. Thank you. Miller, I didn't use your map.
The Athlete Advisory Council, Miss Aubrey, the greatest catcher alive, Monroe.
Thank you for that. It's been a while since I've heard talk of my catching. The Athlete Advisory Council met yesterday. We discussed some upcoming athlete terms that are coming to an end, and so how we're going to fill those spots by the end of the year to uphold the USOPC's 33% representation on the board. There will be an internal athlete election in December, so we have that finalized for 2026. We also discussed improving our onboarding strategy for new athletes, particularly in these board roles. The goal being to educate the athletes on the structures and inner workings of the organization so they can be effective in their roles and representing the unified athlete voice. We also discussed regarding athlete experiences on committees with commissioners and just overall experience, and we found some disconnects. So we're focusing our conversations over the next year on ways to communicate the awareness and availability of athletes in your local areas, as well as fair compensation and best practices to ensure that these relationships can be professional and mutually beneficial. The goal is to work together with the athletes and the commissioners and the local associations so that everybody wins and USA Softball can grow using strategic partnerships within our organization so that USA Softball can benefit from the incredible athletes that we have in our organization that are local to many of you in your states, and also making sure that the athletes are properly taken care of. Thank you.
The Commissioners Forum. President Pfeiffer.
Good afternoon. On Sunday, the commissioners met at 4 p.m. I'd like to thank Craig and Devin for support and clarifications during our meeting. We discussed the following: communication and marketing, fees and registrations, insurance and questions about that, registration processes, and also I'd like to thank President Devine for allowing me to serve. Thank you.
Governance Review, Mr. Don Adate.
Good afternoon. We met Monday. This report will be what we did there and what this committee has done throughout the year. I want to tell you that I really am appreciative of my 5 other members, athletes Ali Carta and Destiny Martinez, Sandy Searcy, Rodney Cobb, Roger Garcia, staff members, CEO Kress, COO Allison Flagg. They will tell you they get quite a few emails from me, and I kind of try to keep it moving. As this committee has evolved over the years, I just wanted to let you know what it does. Governance review kind of sounds funny. We don't sit there and review decisions that are made by the board or the athletes committee or staff or council. What we do is seeing how all of them gel together, that the governing documents that we have serve our purpose well, that they're understandable, that they're readable, that they're user-friendly. We keep trying to improve those documents, and that is one of our major things. You've probably heard me say it many times, but again, we look at the proper balance is board, business, and the bylaws. That is the purview of the board of directors. Council, code, competition, that's us, that's council. We keep those separate as much as possible and intertwined when they need to be. That is our mission, that is our goal. We have a lot of what I call back burner issues. And all of those issues that we've discussed in the past, they are still alive on kind of the back burner, because as we as an organization change and evolve, the issues will come to the surface again, or maybe not, but they are there. The major highlight for my committee and the committee members are when we have the guests at this meeting, and we basically turn the floor over to them, to you, the council members that come. We are happy to report that every year that we've had this committee, we've had an increase in attendance. So we appreciate that council wants to know what we're doing, and we want to know how we can help you. And in the open floor session, we came to the things that were important to them that we're going to work on are trainings. They thought trainings are very important, and we got some good ideas on how to improve our training, our onboarding methods that we'll be looking at in the future. The second one was the long-term planning, our strategic plan. And I will be the first to tell you I'm a little disappointed that we've kind of let this slip, and I will take responsibility for that as chairman of this committee. And in 26, it will be one of our major focuses to re-look at our strategic plan, our SWOT analysis that we have, And one of the things that came out of it, and has several people have told me, is looking at the annual meeting. I've had people say we should shorten it even further. I've had people say we should lengthen it. I've heard people say we should maybe consider meeting every other year. We will look at that in 2026 as part of our committee going forward. If any of you have any ideas, please send me an email, text me. I would love to hear from you and put that on our agendas as we go. We will probably be meeting at least 4 times in the upcoming year. And again, I just want to thank my fellow committee members, the staff, and the people who came to hear what we're about. Thank you very much.
The Junior Olympic Forum, Miss Christy Allen. Allen.
In about 20 minutes. I'm going to be quick. We discussed the code proposals, which we had very few. And we didn't have very few because we're where we need to be. We didn't have very few because we're not going in the right directions right now. We talked about the One True National, which is really, we've done everything. We limited, we opened, we've done everything we can to build our national championships. So this is really our last chance, and we really need to dig in and make this happen. Not for the bidding cities, not for anything other than our program. We also talked about the grassroots program, and sometimes we're like we aren't celebrating that. So we don't have the top travel ball teams in the world. We do have the USA Olympic team. We do have a very solid grassroots program that we need to work together to build, and we're going to talk about that a lot at the JO workshop. We're excited about the JO workshop. I understand the date was an issue for some, but we need to, if we want to be successful, we have to work together. And we need to come together. The umpires had 250 people there. I know they work out of the same book. They work differently than the JO program, but we have to get in and we have to work together to build our program. And we really want to do that, and we want to celebrate the JOs because really most of these people are out there busting to make this program successful. So that's kind of our goal. And that's all I got.
Modified pitch, Mr. Tony Gale.
Good afternoon, everybody. We met yesterday and we discussed last year's tournaments. One was supposed to be held in New England. It didn't go, but Holland, Michigan held theirs. Darren spoke about it, and it was a success. So we kind of asked what the teams were looking for. Most of the teams want to play a big tournament, but they don't want to they don't want to register. They want to wait to the last second before it's too late. So we decided we wanted to get a date and time and a location, and we've picked 2 locations in Michigan. The date we discussed was prior to Labor Day or after Labor Day. The biggest issue we have is teams don't travel like they used to. But I reached out to my teams in New England via Facebook, and they're willing to play. It's just a matter of getting that date out there a lot quicker. So that's why we decided as a committee we're going to get it done before Thanksgiving. We'll get that date out to everybody. We also had that one rule proposal that was proposed, and he withdrew it in that meeting because that's what his teams asked him for. So we had a few other things we discussed, like doing 2 brackets, play pool play, and then put teams in a gold and a silver. It all depends on how many teams put in. So that's about all we had. We had good discussions. Thank you.
Properties, Ms. Chris Drome.
All right, properties. For those of you who do not know, properties oversees the USA softball umpire gear. And I want to thank that committee for working and meeting throughout the year to make some big decisions for future of that particular company properties. This committee continues to brand and, of course, increase the products that we give. I know that in the past we've kind of decreased some things, but Cheryl with different contacts continues to look at different ways to get our products out besides, of course, within our own stores. And then, of course, with that being able to increase the products that is available to our umpires through our vendors. So I want to thank, again, the committee for their work, looking at the best interest and the longevity of properties, and of course branding for our USA softball umpires, and a big shout out to Cheryl for all her work throughout the year. So thank you.
Slow pitch. Back to Mr. Darren Dustmeyer.
As normally we do, we had a great opportunity to talk about various proposals for both rules and code. And what I love about this group is more likely than not, the opportunity is going to be there to have some spirited conversation. There are a couple of proposals that were put out there that were put there specifically for conversation. And once again, this committee did not let me down. We had great conversation. Some proposals were withdrawn, some were moved forward with. It went very, very well. Very proud of this group. Spent some time talking about the ad hoc group that has been formulated, maybe added to, in regards to a potential national championship scenario sooner rather than later, similar to maybe what the JO is doing. That's going to be worked on hopefully very, very soon. But more importantly, I want to highlight a couple of people. R.C. Courtright, Scott O'Neill. These two individuals really stepped up, the audience members really, explained some proposals, talked about some ideas, and really, really generated fantastic conversation on what might work for them and their willingness to share what might work for us as well. So that was great to see. A special thank you to Lindsay Houston, Steve Whaley, and one of my favorite teammates, Christy Rich, for helping out like always. And if you really want to find out one of the cooler things that happened during this meeting, talk to our friends from Connecticut and ask them about the turkey trot. Thank you.
Playing rules proposals, Mr. Jimmy Derrick.
As most of you are aware, we had the opportunity for the Playing Rules Committee to meet this morning, and I want to begin by thanking all those that attended the meeting. We really appreciate having the people in the room, sharing time, and listening to what's going on with Playing Rules. Special thank you goes out to my vice chairs, Chris Drum, Andy Williams. Thank you for all your help. And also a special thank you to all the committee members for their hard work and commitment to USA Softball. Before we begin going over these items, I just want to kind of share the process with you. What we're going to do is we're going to put up each item. We'll let you know if it has been withdrawn, accepted, or rejected. At that time, you'll have the opportunity to step up to the mic and ask if you want any of these placed on hold. If you come to the mic, state your name and where you're from. So we'll go ahead and begin with item number 1. It was withdrawn. Item number 2, accepted. Item number 3, accepted. Item number 4, accepted. Item number 5, withdrawn. Item 6, accepted. That one will change due to the code proposal. Item number 7, withdrawn. Item number 8, withdrawn. Item 9, accepted. And item number 10, accepted. Are there any of these items that anyone would like to place on hold? At this time, I'd like to get a motion from the floor to, oh, we do have one? Sorry.
Sorry, I have to find the number.
It's number 9?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Place
Josh,
number 9 on hold.
Okay. I got it. Josh Burrows is placing that one on hold. Any others? All right, if I could get a motion from the floor to accept all the others as stated with the exception of number 9. We have a motion. Second. We'll use the voting screen. 1 will be yes. 2 is no. Oh, I don't need to? Do we have approval? All in favor? Any opposed? Same sign? All right. Okay. All right, Josh, if you'd come up, we'll go ahead and talk about the one on hold.
I'd like to start by saying I didn't agree with this rule when we put this in last year. I pitch. I feel like the pitcher should be on the rubber to begin with. But giving the pitchers to 6 foot back is giving them one advantage. To give the pitchers a second advantage to step to the side from 6 foot further back is going to change where the ball's coming in from to the batter. From the plate back 6 foot. Well, the batters have a box that both feet have to stay within. So keep everything even, keep everything fair. The pitcher should have to keep both feet in that box, just like the batters do.
Is there anyone else? John?
I'm not for, sorry about that. I am not for or against this legislation. Good Lord. Not for or against this legislation, but it's my understanding that this is the way it's already being enforced and that this is giving better definition or better understanding of the way it should be implemented. Is that correct, Mr. Derrick?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
This is Jimmy's rule proposal, so he's stepping down so he can address it.
Yeah, what I wanted to tell everybody is basically when this rule was put in, it was an extension of the pitcher's plate to go back. So we still allow the pitchers to have 1 foot, like they would have it next to the plate, they can have it to the box. So they can step outside, step back, or whatever they choose to do there. But again, it's more of a cleanup situation than anything. All right, we'll go ahead and call the vote, and I believe we will use the machine this time. Vote 1 if you accept, 2 if you reject. You can vote now. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you, Jimmy and Kevin. Appreciate that. Procedure for territory meetings. I have been informed that no one is in need of territory meetings. So, therefore, before we get into the procedural code changes, I think we're going to take a 15-minute break. The other thing that we're going to do is that Region 10, we do need you to make affirm on what you're going to for your regional vice president. So if everyone else could start their break, and Region 10 stay in the room here, and we will take care of that. Okay, so be back in the room at 3:10. And you keep your voting machines because we have code proposals yet to come. Before we do the procedural code proposals, we're going to have one more committee report. I'm pretty sure you all realize that we haven't heard from Andy Dooley yet. You know, it's Dooley Mart time. But no, Andy's going to come up and he's going to give his special programs report. And then he'll tell you about his when the drawing will be, and then we'll go to the procedural code proposals with Don and Dante. Mr. Dooley.
Thank you, sir. Okay, special programs met yesterday. We had about 35 people present. We talked quite a bit in length about how you, our local associations, if you're not involved with Special Olympics back home, call your state office and introduce yourself and let them know that you're willing to help with softball. That's a tremendous opportunity for us. I think it's a great avenue for umpires, volunteers, coaches, and etc. Couple things coming up next year, 2026. June the 20th through June 26th in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, will be the Special Olympic National Games. We already have 18 teams entered, and pretty much a cutoff is there. I think about the only thing you could possibly do if you're in the area and might want to volunteer is go on the Special Olympics Games 26 website and look for the volunteer opportunities. Spent quite a bit of time talking about inclusion. So in 2027 in Richmond, Virginia, we're going to host the Special Olympics NIT. We're going to play it along with the men's DE and the women's C&D, I think we offer in slow pitch. And we got big enough parks that we can have them playing at the same time just across each venue's fields, which would be great. The other thing I want to talk to you is about our finances. We're starting to get low. We lost a major sponsor here in Oklahoma City this year with the Oklahoma Moose Association, and we had to dip into our balance pretty good. So I'll ask you if you can dig deep. A lot of numbers with it, with something in front of the zero. And if you would, help us out. You always have. If anybody's got some funds, they want to come to the microphone real quick and let us know what you're doing. We'll have Ms. Bond send you an invoice if you don't already have the check made. Cash, same thing. Dick?
Andy, our North Dakota UIC, Michael Wolf, worked the event this year, and Mike's expenses were reimbursed, and he didn't expect that, so he wants to donate back all his expenses to your organization this year. And also, USA Softball in North Dakota will donate $500.
Thank you.
USA Softball of Alaska, $500.
And I have a check in my possession from Washington from Rick Hansen for $500.
USA Softball of Pennsylvania will give $500.
Thank you.
USA Softball of the Carolinas will donate $500.
Thank you, Tim.
Hey, Oregon would like to donate $500 to your cause, Andy.
Thank you.
DFW, 500.
Thank you.
USA Softball in New Hampshire, 500.
Don't forget Arkansas hollered 500 over here. I can hear. I can't see too damn good, but I can hear.
Count Minnesota in for 500.
Thank you.
USA Softball of Oklahoma, 500.
Thank you.
Wisconsin, 500.
Central Virginia, 500.
USA Softball Sacramento, 500. Thank you.
Texas, 500.
Thank you, Rodney.
Start there.
Portland, 500.
Thank you.
USA Softball, Georgia, 500.
Thank you, Lee.
South Dakota, 500.
Thank you.
Ohio or USA Softball, 500.
Paul, I'm glad you can give away some of it.
Hawaii, 500.
Montana, 500.
Thank you. Guys and ladies, thank you very much. If later on you get back home, this program is not in shutdown mode. And in about 30 minutes, we're going to total up at 50-50. We're getting close to the split. Will be $1,000 to the winner. So if you want to buy some, keep going back there. If you bid on any items, please do that. Special programs duly marked will recess 26. Thank you. Brother.
Afternoon again. I will read the committee's recommendations. If you want to place a hold, please go to a microphone. Give me your name and local association. Item 1, accept. Item 2 has been withdrawn. Item 3, accept. Item 4 has been withdrawn. Item 5 has been withdrawn. Item 6 has been withdrawn. Item 7, accept. Item 8, accept as amended twice. The original amendment that we passed out, that you all have from Monday's meeting, the second amendment occurs in the first sentence in O2, where it says the time limit will be 1 hour and 30 minutes, and or, we've only added the or 1 hour, 40 minutes, and finish the inning. What this amendment does is allow total leeway. If someone wants to run the tournament with an hour and 30-minute time limit in pool play and bracket play, that's fine. If they want 1 hour and 40 minutes in pool play, in bracket play, that is fine. If they want 1 hour and 30 minutes in pool play and 1 hour and 40 minutes in bracket play, that also is fine. The major point of this, or the important point, is that this determination must be made at the time the national championship bid packet is submitted. So just so we're clear on that, that's what this amendment will do. The exceptions, everything else will stay in there. As I know, John McPhail did a great job in our committee explaining it. When we get to the finals of the One True National Championship and the Gold, they will be 7-inning games in the championship game and the if necessary game. So again, on number 8, it was to accept. Number 9, accept. I have heard no holds. I will give you a few seconds to reconsider. And hearing none, I would entertain a motion to accept the committee's recommendations. Hear the second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Thank you very much.
All right, at this time, Allison's going to come up and give us some information about departures tomorrow, and then we're going to hear from our incoming president, Dan Pfeffer. But first, Allison, with the knowledge on how you want to get out of here.
All right, so tomorrow morning, the bus is going to start the first trip from the AMI to the airport at 3:30 a.m., and it's just going to start making runs. It's just going to keep going back and forth and pretty much leave every hour until around 2:30 p.m. The bus will pick you up between the convention center and the Omni, like last year? Yes. Any other questions? Jimmy? Embassy. Yes. The van will get you from the embassy to the Omni. Beginning 3:30. By the time it picks people up and takes people to the airport and comes back, that's about an hour. No, it'll keep going back and forth. Yeah, we'll keep going back and forth until 2:30. Oh, no, this is a charter bus. Yeah. Any other questions? I saw a hand over here. Okay.
You know what? That's a little touchy. Sorry about that, y'all. It's the last day. I might not do it, but 10 more times before we adjourn today. At this time, I'd like to ask our incoming president and incoming, I think the happiest person to come up here and talk a little bit might be the last speaker we have today, but incoming president, Mr. Dan Pfeffer.
Thank you, Craig. So I know y'all have travel plans and dinner plans, so I'll try to be brief. First of all, congratulations to incoming President Tim Dobie. Thank you, council members, for entrusting me to lead the board of directors and our association. I'm pleased, I'm excited, hope I do a good job for you all. I don't want to make too much of this a thank you speech because that's Tim's thing, but I must thank my family, my staff, my great friends in Region 8 for supporting me and giving me the flexibility to serve you, the council. We talk a lot about grassroots of USA softball, and I'm always kind of curious what that means. And I had a discussion with Sandy Searcy yesterday about opportunities. And I'm in the business of putting smiles on kids and our athletes' faces. There's nothing more rewarding than going to a tournament and seeing kids happy and parents yelling at umpires, the usual stuff. And then I thought about, a lot of what we heard about with our national teams. And I hope you all know that the Olympic team is going to be doing tour stops. I encourage all of our associations to apply for a tour stop, and we'll discuss that format at a later date and when to apply, how to apply, and where to apply. The Olympic team's never been to Minnesota, and there are a lot of kids and a lot of parents that are excited to see them. So I can put that joy on their faces by seeing their heroes and maybe getting some signatures and things like that. Without saying, and it could be very rewarding for you and your association. Again, thank you for allowing me to serve. I will do my best, and I look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you.
Well, it looks like that we've come to the end of another successful, great week here in Oklahoma City. It goes without saying, I'm extremely proud of our city and what we're able to do here and what USA Softball and how it's accepted here in Oklahoma City and what the city and the citizens of our city continue to do for us. And I want to say thank you to you folks because of giving back to that city by being here for this week of meetings and taking care of business and acknowledging what a great job that this city, as Allison said, the convention center, the Omni, the Embassy Suites and the Fairfield, having to have different people in different hotel rooms everywhere. But I think it's a testament to how much we all believe in what Oklahoma City has done and what they can continue to do for us. So for that, I want to say thank you. You know, we started here, a lot of us on Thursday. A lot of the umpire-in-chief group came in on Wednesday to get ready for our UIC clinic. We finally have completed the evolution now of having a JO workshop last year prior to the council meeting starting, and now we have completed what a UIC clinic looks like prior to a council meeting. And from everything that I've heard, I'm positive. I mean, there's always going to be things that we can improve upon, and we will as we go into the next year with the JO workshop and then 27 with the UIC clinic. But I think those comments are extremely important. So if anybody has any suggestions or anything on whether it's the JO workshop, send it to the JO committee. If you have anything from this past UIC clinic, please make sure that you get that to Kevin and his staff so that they can continue to make improvements in that clinic as we go forward. I know that I appreciate some things that Christy said about the number of umpires that came here and things like that, and continue to work on having those groups here in our city as a part of this meeting. I think it's worked out well in our first two renditions of it. From the UIC clinic, I want to say thank you to the group of the umpire staff, the regional umpire chiefs and the national deputy directors. And if you folks would stand up, I'd like to appreciate what you've done this week at the UIC clinic. Obviously, Kevin being our director of umpires that leads this, he's smart enough and he's figured out. He just says, "Here, guys, do this. I'll see you later." He just gets out of the way, and it takes an individual to keep all this together. He's called the navigator, I think, by the group. Steve Nelson, thank you for what you've done. We appreciate you. I know that I can look forward in 21 months and you'll start asking me more questions about the next UIC clinic. But Steve, if you would, please stand, because we do appreciate what you did. The next group I'd like to say thank you to is the National Office staff. If you folks could please stand up in the back of the room, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you, everybody, for that round of applause for them. It's a lot of work and effort that goes into this and what they do. As we add functions that happen at this meeting, as we add different committees, we do a board meeting on Saturday. Some of them are coming directly from the board, from the Hall of Fame committee meeting to the board meeting, and then it's right into getting ready for the Hall of Fame banquet on that Saturday night. They do a tremendous job of making sure and trying to get the plans the best that they can. As I said the other day in a meeting, our jobs, some people want us to start 100 perfect from the beginning and get better. I'm used to that from my umpiring days. But you know what? We're doing the best that we can, and we're always going to continue to improve and take any suggestions and comments that you have for our staff. But folks, it's a pleasure to work with you each and every day. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for your continued passion in what you do to make our sport better. So thank you again. The next group I want to say thank you to, they're not here obviously, but it's my family. I think it'd get easier to say thank you. But my wife allows me to do this. She's allowed me for years. And without that support staff, I couldn't stand here before you and do the things that I do. It's getting harder. 6 grandkids make it harder. Yeah, it's expensive when you whistled over there. But I appreciate their total support when we moved here in 2002. So, Mr. Radaganda, thank you for the great opportunity. I appreciate being here, and we'll continue to work extremely hard for you. The council, you've come here this week, you've worked hard. It's showing in what we did with the playing rules and the code. We came up here, you had everything figured out. You had the differences, you had the proposals you wanted, and it showed by the passing of that vote. So you did the work up front. And each and every one of the committees, whether you worked just this week or if you worked all year long, you had things to where we needed to have them to get through this very busy week of what we do. Your passion and your commitment is outstanding. We understand that we hear you and we need to do more communication and to do the best that we can help with everyone in their local associations. You folks know what's needed in those local associations. It's our job to try to give you the tools to do that and to be able to, as Dan said, put smiles on those faces of those kids that are playing our game. So we will continue from our office to put together the tools that you need. They may not always come as fast as you like things, but we'll continue to reach out and talk to you and understand what is needed at that grassroots level. We appreciate your continued support of our national team programs and what we're trying to do there to continue to put USA Softball, when we travel, at that gold medal game and in that gold medal ceremony, and having that anthem for the United States of America be the last anthem that's heard at those international events. For that, I say thank you on that total support of the national team program and what we do. I think it's great the way we bridge the gap with the HPP program and trying to continue to improve that HPP program to find more athletes, not only on the female side, but on the male side, so that we can continue to try to produce those athletes to represent USA Softball around the world. So thank you for that commitment of getting those athletes to us, having those regional HPP qualifiers, allowing our athletes, our elite athletes, to come in and to evaluate those athletes, to bring them to our national event so that we can see who we have and select the teams to represent us at that 15U and 18U, and even perhaps at that women's level as they develop. So that's a tie into the grassroots program. For that, I say thank you. The board of directors, thank you very much for your support, for your understanding, for working through our contracts, our naming rights, and the things that we do to try to make this USA Softball program the best it can be. We will continue to work hard on that with the board members that we have. I want to say thank you to them for their time, meeting monthly. Some months we take time off because of our busy schedules, and I know that everyone has those busy schedules. But your commitment and your passion for our game and being able to see through the business of what USA Softball needs to do, it's greatly appreciated. Thank you for listening and supporting the staff. It's our job to make sure that we bring ideas and potential solutions so that you have options to make the best choice as we move forward with our organization. I look forward to learning more from all of the board members on their thoughts and processes for enhanced communications as we move forward into this next quadrennium, these 3 years, the quadrennium that is in front of us. You know, we're setting the stage and trying to build upon what we're doing at USA Softball, not just for next year, not just for the following year, not just for this quad, but for where this organization will be in the next 20 years. It's our job as board members, staff, council members, players, to make sure that we're doing everything we can to continue to put USA Softball at the forefront, a leading NGB, doing the things that we need to do to properly promote our game and to protect our athletes. For your due diligence and your work, whether you're a board member, you're a council member, whether you're an umpire, whether you're a coach, whether you still play the game, whether you work at the office, or whether you work for a local district in your local association. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for your passion and commitment to USA Softball. Thank you all. I appreciate you being here. Safe travels home. We're here for you. So don't get up and leave. Dave's got to talk yet. Before Dave talks, here comes Mr. Dooley with the bag.
Stay right there. I want you to do the honor.
I apologize to whoever doesn't win right now.
Let me get the money out and make sure you don't draw that first.
If you
All right, we
memorize
got
your-
$1,000 for somebody. So thank each and every one of you that participated. And as soon as Craig gets through, we're gonna have 6 more drawings to give away some of them shirts back there. Your pleasure. Just draw mine. Throw it back if you don't get it.
What's this bigger piece of paper in here?
I don't know.
Is that the one I'm supposed to pick?
Maybe not.
Okay, I think I still got 2. Dang. Okay.
You might have to read it. You read the number. I can't read that. Ain't no damn way I can read that number.
He said that once, didn't he, Miller? See, on or off? I got to take them off. The number is 644. I hope everybody's still in the running, okay? 7493. 644 7493. Let's see, is it Ed Murphy, Tom Topping, or Tony Lewis this week? Because you got awards for everybody today.
Ed Murphy. This guy's not lucky, too. Several years ago, he won $30,000 twice in 1 month at one supermarket. And he donates $200 back. Thank you.
The numbers do match, by the way. You want me to draw 6 more? Okay, those are one.
All right, pay attention now.
Why don't you draw them since I got to read them?
All right, these are for shirts. I don't care if I got 2 at a time now. Just read them out and tell them to go to the back.
As Mr. Dooley said, 244-9314. 244-9314. 644-7521. 7521. 644 7901. 644 7901. Another 644. 644 7540. 644 7540. 644 7547. 644 7547. And I believe this is the last one.
That is it.
644 7654. Again, 644 7654.
If I throw them back in the bag, it's going to be a mess.
Yeah, you don't want to throw these back in the bag.
Thank you, guys. We'll be opening up next year.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
At this time, it's my pleasure to invite to the podium for some closing remarks as well as adjourning the council session here in Oklahoma City in 2025 is our current president for the next however long he talks, Dave Devine. It's been a pleasure for the last 2 years, actually 4 years by him being on the board then, working with him as president-elect, working with him as the president the last 2 years. He has, he definitely has a lot of ideas that are outside the box. Nothing wrong with that. Totally enjoyed it, of listening to him and his thoughts and what he has to offer for USA Softball, his passion for the game and what he wanted to do and how he wanted to handle his presidency. But Dave, on behalf of myself and the rest of our staff members, I want to say thank you for your last 4 years. 2 more to go as immediate past president. But Dave Devine, ladies and gentlemen.
I kind of regret this a little bit. So I decided, just being I'm still president, I'm going to add 2 more years to my term. Sorry, Dan. I got it. Tim, you'll have to wait a little longer. I know I'm not going to use that keyword family because I'll probably choke up like Craig does. So they know exactly how I feel about them, and without their support, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't even started this journey with USA Softball. So my alternative family's right in here. There's many people in here, and sometimes it's like a brother and sister type thing. We don't care for each other for a while, but we end up all together again. So I appreciate everybody in here. I can personally say that I got lots of friends in here, and thank you for that. I would, I think I said this during the council meeting that this is the proudest thing, representing USA Softball. And when Tim got his the notice that he won the election, I know how that feels. It really chokes you up because you're just so proud. So congratulations, Tim. I really felt also, as far as the other 2 candidates, there was no loss here. Everybody would have been a great president, and I appreciate you guys running and putting your name out there. But anyway, as you know, since I started this, I'm pretty short on my speeches, so I'm going to make this one pretty short too. Good luck, President Pfeiffer. Looking forward to working with you. And I'm about ready to join the Mount Rushmore of presidents with Dooley and Warren and the other past president, Rodney. So you guys have to move over now. You got one more, Joe. So I'm going to be sitting in Joe's seat for 2 more years, and then probably that would be it for me on the board of directors. So anyway, I appreciate everything. I can't really think of anything else to say, but thank you. We are adjourned. All in favor?